Yaz, and I am back today with boom, story time, how I got kicked out of class, girl. So if you're new to my channel, I am a third-term nursing student, and basically this is the story time about how I got kicked out of class and missed a quiz, and I was traumatized, and you guys really wanted me to share this. So story starts on the week before finals of my last term. So mind you, this time frame was just really bad because my stress was probably at a solid 9 at the time. So when I started this school, like, you know, nursing schools are pretty strict about what you're wearing, your makeup, your hair, your eyelashes, all that stuff. They said you can't have any false eyelashes, hair has to be up, it can't touch your collar, you know, wear a uniform, has to be clean and presentable. And yeah, and then also we could wear white or black jackets or scrub tops or cardigans over our stuff. That's it, unless we purchased the school hoodie from the library, and we could wear that and it's red. Beginning of the term, I went out and bought 2 jackets. I bought a white jacket and I bought a black jacket, and they were like little zip up little hoodies. Now this is where the frustration starts. That morning I had the worst morning of my life. Like, it just felt like things were just not right. Like, I was like, you know, trying to meditate. I was over here burning incense. I was over here doing the most, because I was like, something is not right, because I got some bad juju on me for real, because everything just kept, like, it's like weird things that don't really happen. Like, it's just like, what are the odds that all this happened on this day? So I was like, I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I woke up that morning, could only find one of my school shirt scrub tops, and I couldn't find my other one. So I'm looking for it, and I literally could not find it anywhere. And the scrub top that I wore it yesterday, and it had coffee on it. So I can't go to school with this dirty coffee shirt. But mind you, I always wake up early. If I don't wake up early, like when my alarm goes off, I'm gonna wake up before but that morning I woke up, like, ended my alarm, and I guess I just never got out of bed, because I woke up again and it was like, it was later than what I usually do. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm scrambling around in my room trying to find this other scrub top. I'm looking at my scrub top, so I put it on, I'm like, whatever. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, people are gonna know that this is the one that I wore yesterday, because I literally spilled the coffee in class. I'm like, oh man, I'm so like, I just look dirty. So I'm like, you know what, I can't miss today because I have a quiz. Ding 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 ding. Yesterday we were supposed to have the quiz, but the whole class was like, they're like, oh, we never went over it. But like the last class that we had her, she was like, we finished things on, I'm gonna say chapter 4, and she said read chapter 5, and when you come back to class on Monday, you're going to have a quiz. So guess what I did? I read that chapter and I was ready to take my quiz. Okay, honey? But the rest of the class was like, no, you never went over it, blah blah blah. So she was like, okay, she went over it. And then we were going to take it Tuesday. So this is all Tuesday that this is happening, my bad day. So, you know, I have my scrub top with coffee on it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to wear this. Like, it looks so dirty. I don't want to be dirty. I can't be the dirty girl in class now. We can't do that. It's too early. It's too early. So anyway, I took that off, and I got my black sweatshirt, black jacket, and I zipped it up. And I was like, no one will know that I don't have my scrub top under here. And because it was like a short day too. So I was like, no one will know. So I go to school, and we're like taking this, she's reviewing the whole class. In the class, we're probably like already 2 hours or an hour and a half, and we were about to go on break. And then when we finished going on break, came back from going on our break, we were going to take our quiz. So literally right before we were about to walk out the door for break, our dean and our chair of the program waltzed in because someone decided to park in restricted parking. They came in, they're like, does anyone own a certain car? And a guy right in the front was like, oh, me, that's me. And then he was like, I was running late, blah blah blah. And they're like, I don't care, you can't park there. So then he has a tattoo. Now if you have tattoos, you have to wear a long sleeve undershirt under your scrubs. That's just the rules. And his tattoo was showing. And then she seen it, she was like, you need to pull your shirt down and cover up that tattoo. And then she gave an announcement to the class and started enforcing dress code. So you guys have to be, you know, you guys have to comply. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a dress code check right now. So she kind of glanced around the room, and here's me in the front. But mind you, like, my jacket is dress code. So I'm like, they're not going to tell me to take off my jacket to see my scrub top. Like that, no one thinks of that. I could just have a sweater on. So I'm sitting there, and then she points at me. She's like, you. And I'm just like, what, like, like, what? How does she? So she's like, you. And then I was like, I was confused. She was like, you have to go home. So literally, like, my heart fell to my feet. Like, what's going on? My hair's up, you know, whatever. And she starts pointing out other people. She pointed out 2 other girls, 1 girl, another girl. And when I looked, we all had a similar jacket on. So I was still sitting there. And my instructor was kind of, because I was in the front, so she was sitting like diagonal towards me. And I was like, you know, Miss Blank, can I please get my quiz? And she like looked at me, and then she just looked down and started typing on her computer. And so I was like, maybe she ain't hear me. Finished, and they walked out. But mind you, the boy who was sitting in the front did not get sent out of class, even though he was the reason we got the uniform check. And I feel like if they were going to do a uniform check, they should have did it thoroughly, because it's only fair. Like, why me? This ain't right, you know? And like when I was sitting in the classroom, like I could see so many people out of dress code. Like a girl that was sitting right in front of them had a jacket on like me. She didn't go home. But, you know, I'm not no snitch, and I'm all about, you know, just because I'm doing bad or I don't want you to do bad, I'm not going to sell you out. But I just feel like that's messed up. Like, you can't send me home and not send the rest of everybody home, because I care about my grade, you know, as should everyone in there. Then they walk out, and then I said, I went to go say her name again. I was like, you know, Miss Blank. And she was like, I heard you. It's an in-class assignment. And I was like, I was in class for 2 hours almost, like, what? Like, I was so hurt. So here I am. I have my bag and stuff. I'm walking out the door. Now, there's a girl. She's super, like, she don't care what comes out of her mouth. She's real bold. So I'm walking out, and she's talking to the guy who, like, made them come in our classroom. She was like, hey, Blank, it's messed up that you're still sitting here and people had to leave. And when I heard that, baby, something in my brain just triggered, and I literally felt the tears coming up behind like my eyeballs. So I opened the door, and I'm like literally like tears are just falling down my face. I could not control it, and it was an ugly cry. I wasn't ugly crying, y'all. It was just like tears were falling on my face, and I was like trying to walk with my head down because people are in the hallway. I don't want to be remembered as the girl like who was crying in class. So then I'm walking down the hallway, and here's the 2 ladies, you know, our dean and the chairs. They were like right on each side of the hallway, and I had to walk between them. And they said something to me, and I don't know what they said to me, because that's how emotional I was at the moment. And all I remember is I was just looking down, and they said something to me, and I was just like, or something. Like, it was so awkward, and I was so embarrassed. I'm like, you not no punk. Like, you ain't finna go out like no punk. I did. I really did go out like a punk, because I was crying. And then I get to my car. I literally sat in there for an hour because I was so distraught about everything, because I'm like, I didn't know about the jacket. I have to take this quiz. Time was, oh, well, you know, you can miss a quiz because your lowest grade gets dropped. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm here every day, so I'm not gonna miss another quiz. But then this happened, and now I'm missing 2 quizzes, and I'm like, oh my lord. And then I think about it, and for my A&P class, we have a workshop that we attend. And if we attended all the workshops for the term, we could get 5 extra points, but we could miss 2 days. So mind you, the same day I had to go home and I missed the quiz, I missed the workshop that day. And now I got kicked out of class, so that's 2 days, and I'm like, now I can't get 5 points for A&P, and overall I was doing decent in A&P, but that's the class that, like, you know, if you can get 5 extra points, because you don't know what could happen. You could just completely bomb a test. It might not be your day or whatever the case may be. I need those 5 points. I have not attended every day of this term to not get my 5 points. I ended up going all the way to my mama's house. Like, I didn't go to my apartment where I live by the school. I drove to my mama's house because I was that distraught about it. Because if like you're putting in work and you're like kind of worried about your grades, and you're one of those people, like I'm one of those people, like I get a little, you know, like that's my grades, like this is what I want to do. I don't want to fail for dumb stuff like that. I was about to lose my mind. But let me tell you, this is where it gets crazier. So then I get a text, and it says, were you in class on Monday? So I was like, yeah, who is this? Because I was like, maybe it's a classmate, they want the work, because no one showed up to class on Monday. And so it's like, yeah, who is this? So then they didn't text me back, and I was like, oh, what if it's my my instructor? So then I go to her emails, because in her email she always has her phone number like in her email. So I went to the email, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's her. Maybe she's gonna let me take my quiz since she knows I was in there the whole time. I'm always there. I didn't know I wasn't in dress code, and you know, maybe she was gonna let me take my quiz because no one was in class yesterday and I was. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Blank. I didn't have your number saved. And she said, it's okay. Like, that's it. So then I waited and I'm like, why did she text me? Like, I literally thought she was gonna let me take that quiz. So that had me even more upset. Like, I was like, why would you do that? That is so mean. So then I go to class the next time that class met, and they're like, oh yeah, like they're still talking about it. They're like, can't believe he got sent out. You know, there were so many people who didn't get sent out. They should have sent him out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yep, like, yeah, I know. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get over it, okay? But, yeah, so they're saying all that. And they're like, yeah, she gave it to us open book.
Excuse me?
You mean to tell me I sat in that classroom the whole class period and got denied the quiz because it was an in-class assignment and you gave it to him open book? You know what? Like, I literally was like, I was shook. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go speak to the dean and see if there's something that, whatever. She ended up giving me my points back for A&P. And so she allowed that, but she said she can't make my instructor give me my quiz, which, you know, is fine or whatever. But, yeah, I finished that class with an 88. Maybe that would have gave me an A, who knows? But, you know, at this point, I'm like, cool, whatever. I don't have to retake that class. So, yeah, thank the Lord that, you know, I moved forward from that experience. And I really want to share this video with you guys because a lot of you say that, like, you know, I'm doing, it's like I make it so easy. I'm doing it all with ease. Baby girl, I break down almost, you know, I break down a lot. I just want to tell you guys, like, I'm still experiencing it, and you only get to see these videos that I upload. You're not seeing like my whole week when I'm studying, when I'm frustrated and stuff. Like, as I just showed you that, like, yes, your girl be stressed out, but I still manage to smile. I still push through, and it's not as bad as, you know, you can feel at sometimes. Like, you can get discouraged, but, you know, it's cool. You'll live to see another day, you know. But like I say in every video, if you got to this point in the video, what are you doing? We're friends. Click that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and my Snapchat because I'm active on there. I asked you guys what videos you want to see. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!